Madeline and Elliot are not your typical teenage pen pals. She lives in Cambridge, England. He lives in the kingdom of cello, where seasons roam, colors attack, and an elusive butterfly child is rumored to possess remarkable restorative powers. With witty dialogue, insight from Isaac Newton, and a quirky cast of characters from both worlds illuminate two complex, parallel narratives filled with humor and pain. Like complementary colors, Madeline and Elliot shine next to each other as they discover shared truths, even though they inhabit different realities. This is a fantasy unlike any other. I am delighted to present a 2013 Boston Globe Hornbook Honor Book Award for Fiction to A Corner of White, published by Arthur A. Levine Books and in print of Scholastic, edited by Arthur Levine, written by Jaclyn Moriarty. Arthur Levine will be accepting for Jaclyn Moriarty.
Thank you. This is great. I think it's great for sushi. And I want to continue the transgender cross-hemisphere theme of the evening by reading for an Australian woman. I'm not her. In fact, this situation will force me to say embarrassing things about myself, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've been asked. So here we go. Thank you so much to the organizers and judges, to Scholastic, and to my agent, Jill Grinberg. A special thank you to Arthur Levine for his extraordinary insight, intelligence, and encouragement. I swear I didn't write that line. Though I could have, right? Stuck it right in there. A Corner of White is the first in a trilogy about an imaginary world called the Kingdom of Cello. I called the kingdom cello just because I like the word, and I drew pictures and maps of it for years before I started writing. One day, I was working on these maps in a cafe when a friend stopped by. This friend is a filmmaker, and he had recently made a horror movie. I told him I was writing about a kingdom called cello. "What are your monsters?" he said at once. "You can't have a kingdom without monsters." I looked down at the table, which was scattered with colored markers, and I decided that the monsters would be colors. So in cello, colors have come to life. Their shade determines their effect, and they fly through the kingdom like thunderstorms. Some tear you to pieces or deafen you. Others get under your fingernails or bring out the beauty of your smile. One of my favorite things about this book was the research. I read about the science of color, about the day Isaac Newton brought a glass prism home and used it to split light into a rainbow, about the Civil War general who believed that the color blue could cure a bleeding nose. I researched aura reading and learned that if your aura is gold, you have great spiritual energy. Energy, either that or you're studying too hard for an exam, trying to cram it all in at the last minute. I got my own aura read. I was extremely skeptical at first. The aura reader told me she saw great prosperity in my future. I believed in aura reading absolutely. Not long ago, it occurred to me that I couldn't write about a kingdom called cello without knowing how to play the instrument. I was in the shower at the time. I stepped out, put a towel around me, went to the computer, and bought myself a cello on eBay. Now I take lessons with a local Polish cellist. That is a hard word. I practice every day. The neighbors downstairs have put their apartment on the market, but that might just be a coincidence. I am a single mother, and I wrote much of this book in cafes while my baby slept in a pram beside me. It seemed to me that this set of circumstances must be a good omen. I kept casually mentioning the circumstances to friends and family and waiting for them to draw the link. But nobody did. What is the point, I thought, of being a single mother writing a fantasy series in a cafe with a baby if nobody makes the connection? Then one day, I was in a cafe as usual when a handsome man leaned across from a nearby table. Are you the next J.K. Rowling? He asked with a smile. Finally, I shouted. And how did you know? I regret that. I still remember the confusion and panic on his face as he slowly backed away from me, returning to his coffee. I also regret that I cannot be in Boston today, but thank you so much again. This is truly an honor, and it makes me very happy. Good old Jack.